Hello and welcome to the Power Up with Joe Weaver shift update for June 2024. Nice to be back and sharing with you all. These shift updates are a combination of information that I've received, I've gathered, and some of my own aha moments and so on over the last month regarding, say, our shift in consciousness and the changes that are currently taking place here on Earth that we are all experiencing in one way or another. So a little bit of update of information. I think I mentioned this in the last month's update that I am now offering what I'm calling a 24-hour cleanse for anyone that's interested. The purpose of these energetically healing, clearing sessions are done remotely, available to anyone in the world. They are to assist you in self-healing, becoming more aware of your patterns, and having more clarity regarding yourself, whatever you're going through, everybody's working through different things. So it's just a time for self-reflection and becoming more clear on things. That's the biggest key that I see, that the benefit of these energetic cleansing sessions. And so they last for 24 hours. I feel that is a benefit also, to go through that period of time, to be able to observe your patterns, to observe and have that time and space to have more clarity. Along with the cleansing sessions, 24-hour cleansing sessions, I have combined that with a 2-hour coaching session that is now available also. I have not had time to update this information on my website yet. So if you are interested in having one of these sessions, you can contact me on my website. The email and the phone number is on there. The email is contact@joe-weaver.com, and I'll send you the information and so on. These sessions, what I do is I provide some custom affirmations, so therefore reinforcing the clearings and to assist with the clarity and so on during the time that we're actually working together and so on. So anyway, if you're interested, contact me and so on. If I'm feeling a little bit frazzled today for some reason, a lot of information coming all in at the same time. So let's see here. The other thing, preliminary information, is please share this information, share the shift update with other people that may benefit. The purpose of these shift updates is not just for a certain group of people. I've designed these for everyone on Earth. It's not necessarily just for one group, like a lot of information is being shared out there. It's, for the first waivers or whatever. This information, to me, is everyone is going through this shift in consciousness in one way or another. It's not that everyone is on the same stage of the shift, but in one way or another, everyone is experiencing changes. And so that's the main reason why I've sort of designed this in the way I have, is to provide assistance and information during these times of change. That's the main purpose of what I am sharing here. So, like I mentioned, if you know anyone that you feel drawn to sharing this with, share it. Please share it. It's valuable information for everyone. So, getting into the first topic. The first topic is new information. The reason why I chose this to be the first topic is it's very easy for our awareness, our mind, our mental being, our ego, and so on, to continually be looking for new information. It's almost like in a continuous search for something new, and that this new information is somehow going to unlock something that, of course, is not currently known. And there's nothing wrong with, say, looking and say, if you feel drawn to reading a certain book, there's probably a reason why you're drawn to reading that certain book. There might be information within that book that sparks two different parts of your awareness to actually bridge them together, and you're like, aha, okay, I finally understand this. So there's nothing wrong with new information in that regard. But at the same time, in one way or another, it's all according to how you look at it, is that all the information we need is already been provided. That's the key for what the point of regarding this new information. All the information that we need to assist us in becoming more aware of ourselves and becoming aware of the true reason or the true essence behind the shift, energetic shifts on Earth at this time. All the information we need has already been provided. In a way, all the information that I provide in these shift updates has already been shared in one way or another. I'm just sort of sharing it in a different format or in a different way. So therefore, it may spark that connection. Those two parts of yourself finally come together like pieces of a puzzle, and you're able to comprehend things in a way that you were not able to comprehend before. And so it's like the sparking of consciousness in a way. So, become more aware of the patterns. Are you continually searching for information that's outside of yourself continually? If you are, bring that focus back within yourself and look with those for those answers. Say that information within yourself instead of outside yourself. You can have, say, information assist you with sparking that information that's already within yourself, but don't continually look for new information outside of yourself, because the real connections are all going to happen from within yourself. And that's the key. The becoming more aware of your connection to the infinite, say the divine or everything within the universe, is not found outside. It is found within. And I'm saying that as a reminder to everyone. It's very easy for our mental awareness to be continually looking outside the self for new information. Continually change your focus back to within yourself. Look within yourself, because that is where the keys that unlock these pieces of your awareness to come together and to have that greater expansion of consciousness and say, aha, okay, I finally comprehend and I can see what's going on here to a greater degree. So that's about the new information. Going into the second topic, take control of your programming. If you don't take care of your own programming, someone else will in one way or another. There is no really getting around this because there's a lot of different ways to look at what programming truly is. We have been programmed since we were born in one way or another by our parents. Just observing our parents' patterns and copying those patterns. Regarding our environment that we are within, our other family members and their patterns, the media, social influence, everything. As we age, we are continually being programmed by our environment and everything around us. And what I mean by take control of your programming is that you become aware that we are continually in an environment of programming. The majority of the population is in denial, in a way, of this fact of this programming, continual programming. It's in a way how mind control works. If you are continually living in, say, the Matrix movie, and the guy that says, okay, I want to go back, I don't want to remember any of this, and I want to go back into the not remembering anything, and I just want to go back into the Matrix and forget about all that I know. I just want to live in that space. In a way, when we go into that space of denial and then that space of complete I don't want to know space, which a lot of people sort of escape to in a way, to get away from the actual real world, what's going on here on earth, the amount of changes that are taking place, to say the corruption and the, children dying and, all these different things. Energetically, people are like, I don't want to even take my awareness to that because I can't mentally handle it. I can't emotionally handle it, and so on. In a way, it's very easy for someone in that space to be programmed, manipulated, and so on. So part of stepping into your mastery and becoming more aware of yourself, you're also, that's the part of stepping into more of your power. The more you step into your power, the more that you're able to have the energy to say, I can handle this. These children being killed right now, that is messed up. At the same time, I'm not going to look away. I am going to embrace and send love and love everyone involved in that scenario. I take all of my awareness and I encompass that whole space. I don't look away. That, in a way, is power. It's the willingness to not look away, to look beyond the programming, and so on. That's the whole purpose of what we're going through in a lot of these challenges we're faced in everyday life. Do we look away and we continually feel weak energetically? If you feel weak energetically and you don't feel like you can take your awareness to encompass these challenging situations, instead, look at what you can do to power up your awareness and power up yourself energetically to the point where you can look at anything and not look away. So that's the take control of your programming. And there's a lot of different parts of that. All right, going into the next one. Our collective decision. As I was just explaining about these challenging situations we have in the world today, we as a collective are making decisions. Even though, again, a lot of people don't want to take their awareness to this fact that collectively we do make decisions and we create our path for which we are collectively experiencing. We can have people, a small portion of the population, affect the whole to a greater degree simply by changing how we live, how we focus, how we act, and so on. Even if there's a small portion of the population that wishes to live more harmonious with the rest of the population, wants to live in oneness, wants to live with more sharing on the planet, while at the same time honoring and respecting everyone else's free will, it takes more of the population to actually turn our collective decisions. Right now, our collective decisions are being, say, driven and swayed and sort of by the majority. So it's like we've got to continually work on letting go of the illusion and the denial of what we are collectively creating together. It's a sort of very complicated, process. It's all according to how you look at it. But the key always comes back to us individually. We change ourselves, and therefore that's how we collectively change the greater whole, is by changing ourselves. That's the only thing that we can really do to assist with our collective decision, is to continually be willing to change ourselves, to empower ourselves, to love ourselves, to move beyond all of these old normals into something new. The willingness to move into something new, the willingness to release the fear of the unknown and to move into that space without fear. Those are the things that we can do individually. But as to change the path of our collective decision, there are a lot of different things that go into that. And we are collectively making decisions. Like, for example, we as a collective of people of the United States are sending money to another country for them to kill people, for example, kill innocent people, children, and so on. Our tax dollars are doing that, and it has been doing that for many years. That's a collective decision that there's going to be consequences for that. There are consequences for that. That's a collective decision. How we change that collective decision is more people say, no, I do not wish to participate in this. I do not approve of this. More people need to speak up regarding these types of decisions in order for changes to take place. Again, if everyone just sits back and just continually observes, they don't say anything, how can you expect changes to take place? They're not going to take place. The things that are in motion are going to continue in motion. There's certain things that require action. There's certain things that are going to change the direction of our collective decisions that are requiring more people to speak up regarding situations that are currently taking place on the planet. Say, no, I do not approve of this. I do not wish to participate in that. Even though there's a lot of fear out there, fear of being judged and all this other stuff, but that's the whole point, is to let go of the fear. To let go of the fear of all these different things and step up. That's what we need, more people to truly speak up regarding the changes that are and these situations that are going on in the world today. We need more people to speak up regarding these situations, which I'm not going to really get into too much detail, but I think you all comprehend and know what I'm talking about. So that's the end of the collective decision thing, which we can probably go back into in another day a little bit. So next topic, separation of worlds. Separation of worlds, in a way, I've been talking about this, shift in consciousness for, I don't know, I'm going to guess pushing 20 years now. And through that time, one of my perceptions was the separation of the worlds, the new and the old earth, for example. And there's a lot of people that continually talk about this, the separation of the new and the old earth. And in a way, we have to come to a certain level in order to comprehend things or be able to see things in certain ways, we have to essentially visualize them. And I'm very aware of that. But also, in a way, how to become aware of our power. And this is the main reason why I'm talking about this right now, is to remember and realize our power. We are creator gods. Our perceptions create what we experience. And there's no doubt regarding that. There is no getting around that, even though we can be in denial of this till infinite down the road. But there's no getting around. What we focus on is what we are creating. If we focus on, and our perceptions are about some kind of separation. That is what we're influencing and also creating. And I'll repeat that. If we focus on separation, that is what we're creating. So the purpose of this topic is to share that, to release the perception of the separation of the worlds, release the separation of the idea of an old and a new earth. In one way or another, this earth is raising in vibration. It's releasing density and evolving and changing into a lighter density. There is nothing that's going to stop that. There's not going to be an old, denser reality here on earth. That old, denser reality is dissolving. And it has been for a very, very long time. So, in one way or another, everyone and everything here on earth is ascending into a lighter vibration in one way or another. As I mentioned in a previous topic, is that it does not mean that everyone is on the same stage or the same level of this transformation in consciousness and vibration, but at the same time, everyone and everything is changing. Everyone and everything is ascending into a lighter vibration. What we can do to assist with this change is to continually let go of the perceptions of separation. To view that everything from within the earth all the way out to all the fringes and all the animals and all the plants, all people in all forms and so on, are connected. And every single thing here, instead of viewing that there's an old group, say, of denser beings and people and so on, that we are essentially moving out of, instead of having that perception, which I know a lot of people want to have that perception because they're trying to have that escape, they have that ideas of escaping something, which again is as part of the ego and levels of duality. Release those perceptions, see everything and everyone ascending into a lighter vibration. Release the levels of separation from the levels of within your awareness. It's incredibly important right now for us to do this. Again, we are creator gods. Focusing on separation, we are contributing to that separation. So let go of these perceptions. All right. Going into the next thing, light codes. I'm not going to get into too much depth regarding light codes, but I think during these updates, I'm going to focus on different words and what they mean, and really energetically what these things do, because a lot of people don't necessarily really need or know, say, what is a light code? And so, again, each month I'm going to add a different word and its definition and how it relates to us. So regarding light codes, a light code in a way is a packet of information. You could say like a suitcase of information. There's a lot of different ways that we receive light codes. Light codes could be stimulated. We could already have these codes within us, in a way, within our DNA. And there's certain things that could stimulate these light codes. For example, some of these light codes might not be able to be activated until our awareness reaches a certain level of vibration that aligns with the energetic vibration of that light code, which then stimulates the light code to be activated. Once the light code is activated, then that information within the light code becomes, you could say, like a part of our awareness, becomes a part of our being. In a way, it was dormant before, but now that it's activated, it then releases those codes of information within the levels of our being, and then in a way becomes that assists with expansion and wholeness. We also receive light codes in a way, you could say, from, we share light codes between each other at different times. There was this time I was at a grocery store, and this little kid was standing in line, and I noticed, like, the kid looked at me, and I looked at the kid, and there was an exchange taking place, and energetic change, even though we were not speaking. Energetic light codes were being transferred between us. It's like packets of information. We carry these light codes sometimes to certain places within, like, around, the earth. Like, when we get to that location, the light code may be released that assists with whatever there is at that location. In the same way, we may receive light codes from different locations that assist us with, again, activating certain portions of our being. So again, not really going to go into it too much further than this, but the main point of sharing this information is that we are continually receiving and sharing light codes all the time. Either we're in the grocery store, whether we are mentally aware of it or not, light codes are continually being shared and received everywhere. We do not need to be mentally aware of something in order for it to exist. This is one of those cases. A lot of times it's not, say, beneficial for our mental mind or ego to be aware of a lot of different things, because the ego then starts to take it to a point of individual special, like, oh wow, I'm giving these codes to these people over here, and these people over here are not worthy of these codes, so therefore I'm not going to give it to them. That kind of stuff right there is all ego. These types of light codes that I'm talking about have to do with energetic vibrational match. So there has to be an energetic vibrational match in order for these things to take place. And it doesn't have a thing to do with what you're deciding mentally, where or what's going on here. This all has to do with vibrational matching and how these things are activated or received. So anyway, that's a little bit about light codes. All right. Getting into the next topic, the real deep state. So I have to be a little bit careful of how I describe this. so this information or this video is shareable on the internet. So the real deep state people have used the word deep state. They've used other descriptions, Illuminati, and so on. All kinds of different phrases regarding the manipulation team, the control team, whatever, however we wish to describe this group of people and beings. A lot of the it's not like these there's not any, everyone sort of knows everyone in these groups. They very well are aware of there's a large portion of the portion of the population is aware of the manipulation and so on. And they try to distract people the best they can from the real truth, continually trying to sway people's awareness from the truth. Do you ever wonder why, it doesn't matter who is elected as president? There's certain things that continually are never changed. It doesn't matter who is in office, that certain things never change regarding if it's Democrat or Republican or whatever. It's some things just continue. So the key is to look, what is the same between and what continues. It doesn't matter if there's a Republican or a Democrat in office. Just look to see what are the similarities between and why there are certain things continue. I'll just state this one fact here. This is one of the facts anyway. And I'm using this as an example. The number one contributor to the Trump campaign has connections with Israel. The number one contributor, as far as money and finances, to the Biden campaigns has connections with Israel. Okay? Two similarities. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why they are the number one in the amount of money that they gave to both campaigns. The number one contributors to both people. There's a reason for that. There's only so many ways that I can describe this here. But it goes a lot deeper. If you wish to know who the real deep state is, look at the similarities, where it leads. Follow the money. As that saying goes, follow the money. There are people, there's levels of people and people behind people and the string pullers, the puppet masters, going all the way up to beings in other forms that are basically manipulating this whole scenario. But the key is just to follow and to see what all is taking place here. Because this is real information. It's clearly available to everyone to see that wishes to see it. But if you truly wish to know, here's another fact that I'm going to share. So it's sort of coming to me not to go to that space, not to share that. I don't know exactly why, but it's not to share this specific example. I guess it's going to probably get this video and my channel freaking tagged or something. But anyway, there is, look for the similarities. I guess that's the main point to say. Don't be in denial of the situation that's taking place. Release the separation between, I think I mentioned this in the last update regarding political parties. Look beyond political parties. Look beyond the things that are being shared that are surface level. Look beyond the surface level. This whole type of manipulation that's been taking place here on Earth has been going on for thousands of years. It's interwoven within the old higher, elite, puppet master, the puppets of the masters and so on. And so it's not something that can be unraveled by one person being elected to a presidential office for a short period of time. It's not going to happen by just one person. How this is really going to change is us by seeing the system, who are behind the other levels, behind the other level, behind the other level, and so on. For more people to become aware of this, and again, as I mentioned in the previous topic, is to say, no, I do no longer approve of this. I do not wish to participate in this, and so on, for more people to speak up about it. That's the key for these changes and these old systems to be dismantled and also changed into something that is not being manipulated again. These people and these beings are not stupid. They very much aware of what most people think. They are very much in touch with what is being shared on the internet for sure, and what a lot of people mentally think. So the key is to, if you really want to know, start looking. The information is right in front of everyone's eyes. All right. That's enough of that part. Going into the next topic, the energetics of lust. I debated to talk about this, to get into this topic. And there's a lot of different reasons for that. The sexual energy, to me, is one of the most powerful energies that we have available to us physically. I've been studying it, even though not formally with everyone or classes or anything else, but I have been just studying and observing it for years. And in a way, since I was a young age, I sort of viewed sexual energy as a distraction, because in a way, it does distract us, especially when you're younger. It's very much on your mind continually. It's very much like a distraction. And the other part about this, the more I looked into the depths of sexual energy, it is, to me, and from what I see, it is the number one manipulated energy on the planet. The number one manipulated energy on the planet is connected with sexual energy. If you look at vibration with someone within the space that's energetically, say, in a space of lust. I'll just use that, lust. Lust, in a way, is a certain level of that vibration of lust is actually has a lower frequency range than fear in itself. It's lower. It's a lower frequency. It's some of the deepest, lowest frequencies that exist here on the planet are tied into sexual energy, and lust is the only word that I know how to describe it. It's tied into the slavery program here on earth is actually tied into the sexual energies. So it's not like, and it's very easy for people's minds to go into good or bad. Again, like, oh my God, all sexual energy is bad. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there is a lot. And the whole topic of sexual energy in itself could probably be talked about for days, weeks, months. I mean, it is the most in-depth topic that there is from the way I see it. And even though I have observed it, worked with it, and so on through my own being, and when I'm saying this, a lot of people probably will not even comprehend what the heck I'm talking about because they're talking about sexual energy. It is so an expansive topic. I personally don't even feel qualified to talk about it because I can see the immensity of it. And I'm sharing with you a small portion of what I know to this point. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is to become aware that there's a lot of people that don't even know that they're still holding on to these energetics, that are still tied into the lower framework of the energetic systems of this network of energetic slavery in a way. You know, people that are continually like view porn and feel like they have to continually do that. In a way, that is what's tied into it. If you look at the number of priests that, pedophiles and sexually abuse children, the amount of celebrities in the world that are connected into pedophile networks, these are physical. You can see these people, okay? You can see the priest has a physical body, okay? But energetically, there are beings. There are beings, yes. There's non-human beings that feed off of these very extremely low frequency energies. They feed off of it, meaning that's how they live and how they exist is from gathering this energy and using it for themselves. They essentially feed, that's how they exist. They manipulate people that are tied within this frequency range that to manipulate them, to trigger them in a way to get what they want, which is those very, very low frequency energies. And again, I point out, look at the number of priests that in the world, even that's been talked about, that's the information that's come out regarding that have manipulated children. The amount of sexual slavery in the world is the amount of that's actually been talked about or shared on the media is only a small portion. This is such a big thing. It's immense. The more I become aware of it again, the more I had to work through it to see, like, where does this continue? Like, where does it go? Where, how, I may, how these energetics even work and so on. So it's a very, very, it down the rabbit hole. As far as it goes on and on. It's like, it is an immense topic. I just don't know how else to say that. But the key is, and a lot of people might be, hearing this information and they might be going into fear. Oh my God, I'm being manipulated by some non-human being feeding off my sexual energy. Again, my suggestion is to look at all of this from levels of vibration. There's ways to observe other physical people without going into that deep level of lust, for example. And I'm just using that example. And I can't really go into too much more of this. Again, we could talk about this for freaking weeks. And so, is to just become aware of what you have been doing to this point. And there's a lot of different levels of sexual energy. It goes on and on. It's not just one level. It's a lot of different levels through expansive frequency ranges. As I mentioned, these frequency ranges that are tied into this lust and the so on is a lower frequency range than fear itself. To see how you personally are tied into these ranges is to take your awareness there, to look within yourself, to see what are you drawn to do on a regular basis. Do you feel energetically that you have to view porn or whatever? Those are sort of symptoms of being connected to, what's going on here. And if you look around the world, this is not subject to a certain portion of the population. This is like widespread around the majority of the population on Earth. It's the only way for us that I see for us to move beyond this is, number one, just to become aware of it. To see the amount of sexual slavery in the world. As I mentioned at a previous topic when I started talking, is if you feel weak and you can't even energetically take your awareness to what I'm talking about here, power up your being to be able to take your awareness to every single thing I'm talking about here. Take your whole awareness around the whole existence of it and embrace it to the point where you don't even see it It doesn't even, you don't even feel that density anymore. You don't even feel, it's not like you're changing the energetics of other people, but you're changing how you perceive it, which is an incredible, very important thing. And from there, you are basically operating at a higher level of vibration. And that is how I see that we can move beyond these old energetic systems that have been in existence and are still very, very much a part of the manipulation system here on Earth. So, again, this is a topic that could go on and on about. The main reason why I brought it up is just to be aware of it, to observe it without fear, to embrace it in love, transmute it, these connections within the levels of your being. That's the key for us to be moving forward. All right. The next topic, energetically fragile. So, as I started talking out with some of the other topics about not having the energetic, having the energetic power to take your awareness to certain topics, such as, the amount of children being killed on the planet, or the amount of sexual slavery of, children on the planet, and so on. If you feel weak energetically, and you continually feel like, oh, I have to shield my consciousness from this topic or that topic, or I have to shield myself from what you may view as negative. If that comes through your awareness, if you feel like you have to shield yourself from this or that, in a way, you're energetically fragile. If you viewed your energetics, say, around your body, out like an egg that went beyond the sides, like if you expanded your hands all the way out, and this egg encompasses your body, goes down below your feet, comes up above your head, an egg, like an energetic egg, okay? And just like a chicken egg, if a chicken does not have the right nutrition, if the chicken is not healthy, and so on, the wall of the egg shell will be thin. It will be weak. It cracks very easily if you have a chicken egg and the chicken is sick. The eggshell will crack very easily because it's so thin. Energetically, okay, the egg that surrounds our physical body, energetic egg, you can call it different things, light body, auric field, whatever. It's weak in a way if we, again, see that we cannot face certain things. I can't take my awareness there. Every time that we say, I cannot take my awareness to this because I feel so much pain. I feel so much that I can't go there because I feel every single thing about that 100%. Empathic, people, they deal with this because they can feel things 100% of whatever it is. But at the same time, your auric field is weakened when you're not able to truly face something. When you're truly able to face something 100% and you're able to encompass it, you are standing in your power. that part of the egg is thick. It's energetically radiating out your own. You create your own divine protection. It's not that you need protection, but you create that level of energetic power to where you don't necessarily have to feel every single thing there is that is in lower frequency density here on Earth. You don't necessarily have to feel it. But in order to move to that space, you have to face whatever you are feeling, to encompass it in love, to embrace it, to 100% in all ways. Therefore, the shell of your being, the egg, the energetic egg, is radiating. There's no weakness from within the center of your being radiating out. There's no need to have fear of anything within existence coming into your egg of being, because you have encompassed every single thing within this field of awareness that you know of. And you encompass it in love, and you basically just feel it. You feel it. You go there. You embrace it. You acknowledge that it exists. You say, I do not wish to participate in this, but I hereby transmute these energetics that I am tied into that of, and I embrace that space. Once you do that, your energetics are powered up. There's the reason why I call these videos, Power Up with Joe Weaver. This is one of the main points of it, is powering up your being, standing in your power, seeing what the levels of your consciousness that are weakening your energetic field. If we have these fears of someone else's perception or someone else perceiving you, say, if I share this information on Facebook or talk about this to my family, they're going to judge me, and I don't want that to happen. That is a fear. Energetically, that is weakening you. That perception in itself is weakening. You're weakening yourself just from that one perception. So our energetic field, if you view that again like the eggshell, if you're energetically fragile, you have cracks, you have holes. It's just like it's weak. Your energetic field's weak. And of course, you're going to be influenced more by other things within this energetic field that we call a reality. You're going to be influenced more, of course, because you're energetically fragile. So it's incredibly important right now for more people to power up, to truly stand in their power, to see and let go of all these perceptions, all these fears, worries, and all these other things that weaken your energetic field. Power up. It's time to power up, my friends. It's one of the main reasons why I offer coaching. I offer, energetic cleansing sessions to assist people in standing in their power, becoming aware of themselves. It's one of the main reasons why I offer the New Paradigm masterclasses. They are the most powerful transformation tools on the planet to assist you in self-healing, to becoming aware of yourself, and in all ways. They are the most encompassing tools available on the planet. It's the reason why I've been facilitating the New Paradigm classes for over 15 years. I'm going to be providing more classes here soon, but I didn't necessarily talk about this topic to advertise anything. I'm simply sharing the facts of what happens energetically when we have these perceptions, when we hold on to these energetics and so on. There we go. All right, so moving on to the last topic here, which is, sorry, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really see that thing. So there's nothing wrong with healing. There's a lot of people, especially men, that view like healing means that something's wrong. There's something wrong with them. And therefore, like it might be in denial that, oh, I can't take my awareness to that because I'm supposed to be powerful. I'm supposed to be strong. So I don't need healing. I don't need healing. Again, that's all ego. That's all ego. Everyone that has a physical body on this planet has stuff that they're working through. Every single person, including myself, is still working through layers and layers of all kinds of stuff. And one way or another, we are all continually going through a process of healing as long as we're in the physical body. And even beyond the physical body, we're still going to process of healing until we merge back into complete nothingness, back into source, complete cosmic light. We're going through a process of healing. So, it's just to get that perception of yourself, telling yourself in denial that I don't need healing. I don't need healing. That's just a bunch of bull. It's a lie that you're telling yourself this. And so there's nothing wrong with going through the process of self-healing, looking for the parts of yourself that you're still holding on to trauma, you're still holding on to fear, you're still holding on to these things that weaken your energetic fields. So if you want to truly be a real badass, step into your power. Heal yourself. Release all these perceptions of fear. Step up. See what truly is going on energetically with your decisions and what you're choosing to create. That's pretty much it, my friends. I don't, it's amazing. And I talk to these topics and it goes on for over an hour. There's a lot to go through, that goes on here with, everything that we have going on in our daily lives. It's very easy to get distracted. It's very easy to look beyond, just try to shield our awareness from the truth that is currently in our face regarding all the challenges we have in front of us. So take a deep breath, my friends. Relax. Release the stress the best you can. Truly tune in. Love yourself. See what weaknesses you are holding on to that's weakening your energetic fields. Again, I offer services to assist. You can contact me anytime. The information's below in the information below the video. Please share this information with other people. If you have a topic, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the update. If you have a topic that you would like discussed in next month's shift update, or a certain topic or whatever that you would like discussed or gone through, please post it in the comment section below the YouTube video. Make sure it's on the YouTube video that you post the question or the topic that you would like to see discussed. and I will look at it and see about including it in next month's update. You can also email me at contact@joe-weaver.com with that information if you like, or just post it in the comments. All right, my friends, I think that's it for this one. It seems to have come and gone so quick. It's crazy. So, all right. Till next time, my friends. Peace out.